Hey everyone, welcome to Race 1 in the main competition of Tom Hanks Racing Series Season 5. Here in the first head-to-head you see my own reference car on the left, the Marina, and the FWM Armalite, which is the wildcard for Race 1 on the right. The track is going to be Peninsula Stage on Jungle Rock Island, and this is a much longer and much more difficult course than the asphalt track on Atoll that we had in the qualifying round. The Marina, so my car, is on all-terrain tires, whereas the FWM Armalite is on sport tires. So the Armalite definitely has quite the advantage in terms of corner and grip here. It just sticks to the road much better than my car. However, my car has more downforce and it also has, well, more power, or rather a lot less weight, and it just goes much better on the straight. And you can see already here through these corners my car is struggling just a little bit, but as soon as we get onto any kind of straight you can almost visibly see the Marina pulling away from the Armalite. And while my car is definitely a little bit more slidey in the corners, it does still turn in very well. It's just keeping the rear end in check on the way out, and if you can do that, then it's actually pretty quick. Now this here was deliberate. Since my car's time doesn't count towards the result in any way, shape or form, I wanted to a little bit of a slide there, just fine. I do happen to have another one later that you'll see that wasn't quite so intentional, but rather a necessity at the moment, like in the moment. But anyway, you can see here the Armalite is actually having a very easy time around this course. It's just a little bit underpowered, or rather quote-unquote overweight, since it's 200 kilos over the allowable minimum weight, and so on the straights it's just outgunned. Meanwhile, the Marina and the Armalite are both making pretty good progress here. The Marina is still significantly ahead, and you can see in this tight hairpin here I was a little bit late on the brakes, had to use the handbrake to get the car around, but once we got on the straight you saw already the Marina just flies. And approaching the last couple of corners of the track, and the Marina still has a big lead. And once we get over this bridge, there's one final chicane and there's the finish line. Now the first head-to-head that actually goes into the rankings is gonna be the Mara versus the HFF. The HFF on hard tires versus the Mara on all-terrain tires. These two are put up against each other, not only because they were very close in terms of qualification time, but also, you know, they were already head-to-head in the qualification, so you're used to seeing images similar to this one. And up until this checkpoint here, they're still very much neck and neck. Again, the key difference is going to be the tires here, and that shows in that the HFF does seem to be more grippy around these corners thanks to the hard tire compound. Whereas the Mara has just sometimes a little bit of mid-corner understeer, sometimes a little bit of oversteer on the way out. It's just generally a little bit, well, it just has less cornering grip, but the Mara seems incredibly quick on the straights on this track. Take a look here. As we get into this short, faster section, it makes up quite a lot of ground versus the HFF, which already had a decent lead and crosses the checkpoint first. And now we get into another straight, and the Mara just absolutely blasting down that straight. And as we get to this next checkpoint here, the gap has been reduced. And through a tight hairpin like this, the Mara is typically very good because of its very quick turning. And the HFF still remains in the lead. as we get through this long right-hander onto the straight. Mara is gonna make up just a little bit more ground, but the HFF is no slouch either, and so it stays in the lead. A little bit of a mistake, running wide on exit there with the HFF, but still okay. And it's going to hang on to its lead at the moment thanks to its better cornering grip. And we're approaching the last little bit of the track through this hairpin here. Mara going a little bit wide and then going a little bit sideways on exit, again altering tires for you. And then now you can see the HFF already has a pretty substantial lead. The little bit of time that it gains in just about every corner just adds up over time. And so it finishes in 2:58.8 versus 3:01.1. And now we get to the other head-to-head battle, the Zaishin versus the Scarab. Both cars on utility tires, so they're evenly matched when it comes to tire compound. And both cars are very quick for this first corner and down the straight. Although the Zaishin may be slightly faster down the straight and it can brake later, so it already has a small lead coming into this checkpoint here. Now, the Zaishin feels just a little bit faster down the straight and also has better brakes, but the Scarab is better set up for when there's like a string of tighter corners, because it just changes direction more quickly and grips up very, very well. And so through this part here, the Zaishin still has a small lead, but the cars overall are pretty much neck and neck for now. And yep, very close through that checkpoint there. Now onto the straight up the hill, and then we get to the left corner and then over the bridge before the hairpin. Very even with the Zaishin with a small advantage right now. Scarab very good around here. And around here as well, of course. Running wide just a little bit, but overall this is very close at the moment. We get a longer straight here where the Zaishin is gonna make up whatever couple of centimeters it may have been behind. Very even through this checkpoint. And now, yep, that's a... don't mind that with the Zaishin. And through these corners the Scarab is very, very good. The Zaishin is fine, but the Scarab just turns in a little bit more quickly and grips up a little bit more. But now the Zaishin can brake so late before this hairpin and still make it round, and that's what got it a pretty sizable lead for the last little part here. And again, it can brake super late for this corner. And now suddenly it has a substantial lead coming into this final chicane, and it's gonna cross the line first in 2:53.9 versus 2:55.5. Thanks for watching.